Hey gang, good afternoon. This is Neil and it's Monday. Simpler Futures free market update here. Starting off the last week of the month here. Reminder that end of week here. This week is also end of month, September. Going to be a busy week too, I believe, because we have a number of ECB, Fed, just central bank speakers, really from around the globe. But we had Lagarde and Collins today, got Powell and Bullard tomorrow, and again on Thursday, same lineup. And then Nestor also on Thursday. GDP on Thursday, PCE price index along with Chicago PMI on Friday, Fed speak throughout the week. When there's that much and it's like a parade, wouldn't at all surprise me for there to be some, not so scheduled, but yet just off the cuff kind of, comment in the midst of so much scheduled. And with the number of speakers throughout the week, so there's going to be a lot of that. Be ready for, that kind of potential for things to move around a little bit wildly. But look, at the end of the day, I think what we do is we try to keep it simple and just say, look, we want to have in mind short rallies or sell bounces type thing. And then if complicated, then we say, okay, well, then how much bounce? You know what I mean? So weekly pivot. So last Friday's high was like 37 RTH high. RTH high was 37.35. And then that gaps up to, let's get it for you. Then that gaps up into the 70. So that puts the gap mid at about 37.50, 51. Okay, so here's the way that plays out essentially. If breach of last Friday's high, Friday's high, then you would have to imagine it's a pretty quick skip up to the gap mid. That's anything above 35 trades 50, pretty quickly. Comes in off that a little bit and then may reach. I mean, the reason I would point up here to fill the gap, possibly, I don't know. I mean, sell rallies, and I'm trying to get to, well, how much rally? Maybe not much, but I will point out that the weekly pivot, based on last week's pretty wide range, the weekly pivot's all the way up here at like 37.68 half, 37.68 December ES futures pricing. Okay, and look, I just want to target lower. I mean, let's see, get rid of those high-low bubbles. I want to target the quant L1 down here at 3,600, and I don't know if it gets carried away. Just know that like last week it traded all the way down to the second quant. You can see here last week's open was in the 38 half. It traded down to the first and second L2. But you can look up here and see the stats. How often does it going back? This is 62 weeks back tested for stats. How likely per the last 62 weeks did we touch off on L1? 51.5%. Close below that, then touch L2, 25%, and then close below that. You can see the closes below the L2s or above the H2s that's pretty infrequent, but the touches are decent. Like last week, we touched on L2, just closed well off of, closed back inside of it. So sell rallies. I mean, I'm making it complicated by saying, how much rally, to sell. I mean, and I don't know. It's down until it's not, and certainly I'm not looking at trying to be long. Just how much bounce for then ultimately, the targets down here. The targets are 3,600 and 3,525 this week on the quants, and they've been fantastic targets, so why not keep with what is working? As far as how much bounce, well, weekly pivots up here at 37.68, maybe there, maybe this, gap mid at like 37.50, somewhere right in there. But that's overhead until it's not, and that's the way I'm going to treat it for bearish targets. That's it. I mean, just like I said, be aware. The Fed speak this week is, it's littered throughout. Like I said, again, today, ECB's Lagarde and Fed's Collins. Tomorrow and Wednesday, Powell and Bullard. Then again, Thursday, Bullard, along with Mester, along with GDP. And then Friday, PCE price index, along with Chicago PMI. So more than enough. And primarily looking for these bearish targets. Okay, that's it. Be good. Nice trade. And back with you again midweek Wednesday for an update.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me